John Lilburne supporters called him Freeborn John, and the nickname came from the phrase he had made his own, the right of the freeborn Englishman. That word carries his entire argument in a single term. Certain rights belonged to a man because he had been born free in England. They were his birthright. They were not the gift of a king or a court or a parliament, and therefore no king, no court, no parliament could lawfully take them away. The principle he had stood on in Star Chamber, that a man cannot be compelled to become the instrument of his own conviction, was not settled law in 1637. There was no Fifth Amendment that we know today. Rather, it was a contested claim, and the court that gagged him plainly did not accept it. His resistance helped to settle it. Star Chamber was abolished by Parliament in 1641, and Lilburne, more than any other single figure, turned the right against self-accusation from a claim a prisoner shouted into a piece of the common law inheritance. But doctrine is not what made Lilburne the movement's public face. What made him its public face was his genius for turning his own persecution into a public argument. Authority moved against him under the king, then it moved against him under Parliament, which imprisoned him in the Tower. Then it moved against him under Cromwell, which tried him for his life. Every single time, Lilburne made the proceeding itself the trial of English liberty. He demanded to be told the charge. He demanded to see the indictment, to confront his accusers, to have the benefit of the law he insisted applied to every freeborn Englishman and therefore to him. In his treason trial in 1649, standing alone against the power of the new republic, he turned the jury into his audience and the courtroom into a stage. And the jury acquitted him. According to the contemporary accounts collected in the state trials, the cheering that followed the verdict was so loud and so long that the court could not restore order for something like half an hour. A hostile contemporary said of him that if it were none left alive but Lilburne, then Lilburne would quarrel with John and John with Lilburne. He was vain. He was litigious past all reason. He quarreled with nearly every ally he ever had, and he could not tell the difference between a great constitutional principle and a personal grievance, because he pursued both with exactly the same inexhaustible fury. Those qualities were not incidental to what he accomplished. They were the engine of it. Lilburne was the most effective one-man demonstration in his century of what it looks like when an ordinary subject refuses to let a government off the hook of its own law.